Hello, welcome to my channel. Today I want to tell you another small story. A story about a giant elephant and a tiny rope. It sounds silly, an elephant and a rope, but by the end, you might discover the invisible rope that is holding you back in your own life. So stay with me. One day a man was walking through a village and he saw a group of huge elephants. Massive, powerful animals. Each one could push down a tree, lift heavy logs, and crush almost anything in its path. But the man noticed something strange. These giant elephants were tied up with just a small thin rope, one end tied to their leg, the other end to a tiny wooden stick in the ground. No chains, no cages, just a thin little rope and a small stick. The man was confused. These elephants could break that rope in 1 second. One small pull and they would be free. So why were they just standing there quietly, not even trying? So he went to the elephant trainer and asked, "Sir, these elephants are so powerful. Why don't they break the rope and run away?" The trainer smiled and said, Let me explain. When these elephants were very young, very small babies, we tied them with this same size rope. Back then they were weak. They pulled and pulled and pulled, trying to break free. But they were too small. The rope was too strong for them. So after trying many times and failing, they finally gave up. They believed, I cannot break this rope. It is impossible. And here is the sad part. That baby grew into a giant, powerful elephant. Now it could snap that rope like a thread, but it never tries. Because in its mind, it still believes, I can't. The rope is not holding the elephant anymore. The belief is, the real rope is inside its head. Now stop and think about that. How many of us are exactly like these elephants? Somewhere in the past we tried something, maybe as a child, maybe years ago, and we failed. Maybe we failed a test, maybe someone laughed at us. Maybe we tried to speak on a stage and froze, and that one old failure became a rope in our mind. So now, even as strong, capable adults, we say, I can't do that. I'm not good at maths. I can't speak in public. I'm not a creative person. I could never start a business. But wait, is that really true today? Or are you just believing an old rope that tied you when you were small and weak? Most of the time, the thing stopping you is not real. It is just an old belief from an old failure. You have grown. You have become strong. But your mind is still standing next to that tiny stick, thinking it cannot move. Let me give you a quick real-life example. Think of a person who failed once in an interview, years ago. It hurt. So they decided, I am bad at interviews. And for the next 10 years, they avoid interviews, avoid big opportunities, stay stuck in the same place. Not because they can't, but because of one old rope from one old day. The moment they finally try again, they often realize, I could do this all along. The rope was never real. So what is the lesson from the elephant and the rope? Your past failure is not your future. Just because you couldn't do something when you were small, weak, or unprepared does not mean you can't do it now. You are not that baby elephant anymore. You have grown. You are stronger than you think. So today, I want you to do something. Find your rope. Ask yourself, what is that one thing I always say I can't do? And then ask, is that actually true today, or is it just an old belief? And then gently give it one more pull. Try again. You might be shocked at how easily the rope snaps. The strongest chains are not made of iron. They are made of old thoughts. And the good news is, you have the power to break them anytime you decide to. Don't be the elephant that stays tied by a tiny rope. Be the one who finally pulls, breaks free, and walks into a bigger life. If this story inspired you, subscribe for more simple stories and life tricks. And go break your rope. See you in the next video.